My name is Patrolman Heath Henry, H-E-A-T-H, H-E-N-R-Y, the Cameron, Missouri Police Department. I'm the Public Affairs Officer on behalf of the Cameron Police Department, the City of Cameron, myself. Our deepest sympathy and condolences to your family. On August 17, 2012, at approximately 4:41 p.m., Cameron Police Department and the Cameron Fire Department were dispatched to respond to the residence located 113 East 4th Street, Cameron, Missouri, in reference to a fire investigation and 3 possibly deceased victims. The information received never stated that there was an active structure fire. Upon arrival, CPD officers entered the residence, which contained a smoke odor. Officers located the 3 deceased victims contained within the residence itself. Victims were later identified as Mr. Robert Bocart, 36-year-old male, Miss Chelsea Bocart, 9-year-old female, and Mr. Tucker Bocart, 7-year-old male. Immediately after officer arrival, Cameron Fire Department firefighters had arrived on scene. Cameron EMS, additional Cameron Fire personnel, Missouri State Highway Patrol, Clinton County Coroner's Office, and Missouri State Fire Marshal's Office were all requested to respond to the scene for investigation. The Missouri State Fire Marshal's Office is investigating the fire scene. The victims were transported to an area forensic pathologist where an autopsy is being performed to determine cause of death. The Missouri State Highway Patrol, EDCC, and the Clinton County Sheriff's Department is assisting the Cameron, Missouri Police Department with follow-up investigations. The fire originated in the kitchen near the cooktop stove. At this time, all evidence suggests an accidental fire cause. However, the investigation is ongoing. I observed last night multiple media outlets interviewing people reporting an explosion. We have not verified any information in reference to an explosion occurring at the residence. Once again, I'd like to thank all additional support staff who has assisted the Cameron, Missouri Police Department with the investigation in this matter. Thank you. If we will take questions at this time. If we could just get everybody to do it one at a time and kind of keep it organized, we'd be more than happy to accommodate you guys.
The cooktop fire stove, is that being looked at as cause of death here, or you just don't know yet?
Well, we'll know more after the autopsy itself. But the cooktop stove is evidence itself that we're looking into as the cause of the fire.
But causes of death, was there any obvious trauma to the deceased?
You know, at this time we're not releasing any information of that as the investigation is going on.
Is this a situation where you feel like you know what happened, but you're just waiting to confirm, or you just don't know yet?
We are waiting to let the facts speak for themselves before we come to a conclusion.
So you guys don't believe that the stove exploded, though? No.
There is not any evidence to indicate that there was an explosion within the residence.
Who made the 911 call? Was there someone else in the residence, or?
There was a citizen that made the 911 call there with the family.
Was it a gas cooktop or electric, or?
I can't answer that this time.
The 911 call came from the home, though?
Not the house phone itself, but a cell phone utilized by a private individual.
Okay, but they were in the
They
home,
were,
got out
they were,
safe?
they were at the house. Yes.
Were there
Were the
others that...
victims found?
They were found within the residence itself. We're not releasing information where they were found yet.
Does it look like it was food on the stove or a structural problem with the device itself?
We do not believe that there was a structural problem with the house or anything like that. The cooktop stove appeared that it may have been utilized. That is why we have reason to believe that there is a fire, around and on the cooktop stove itself.
Is there fire damage in the kitchen?
Yes.
To what extent?
There's enough fire damage there where the Missouri Fire Marshal's Office was contacted to assist us with the investigation.
Do you all believe that the victims died as a result of the fire?
Well, we are going to let the forensic pathologist determine that for us.
The first person you listed, I think it was Rob.
Yes, sir.
Did you say an age on him?
He is 35 years old, 35.
What was his relationship to the kids?
He was their father.
He was.
Yes, sir.
Could you spell his last name for us?
Yes. His last name spelling, B is in boy, O is in ocean, R is in Robert, C is in Charles, H is in Henry, A is in Adam, R is in Robert, D is in David, T is in Tom.
Is the family members the ones that discovered the fire?
Family members were on scene, yes.
Were the three victims the only occupants of the house at the time of the fire, or were there other people home?
We are still investigating that to determine if there were any additional occupants who may have been at the residence or visiting the residence prior to the fire.
Feeling like the fire was before something happened or after something happened? And do you feel like there was something that happened, there just happened to be something on the stove, and then it was unattended and a fire happened, or maybe that the fire was more a cause of what happened?
I don't have a feeling one way or another. I want to let the evidence speak for itself.
Okay. Is this considered a fire scene and a crime scene, or just a fire scene at this point?
Well, anytime we have a fire scene itself and we have a death investigation tied to it, we usually work the two scenes together. So we have obviously the crime scene where the bodies are recovered from, and a fire scene that was also there where there was damage to the house.
Because you guys have deemed the fire accidental, should we draw the conclusion that there's no sign of foul play at this point?
We are looking at the fire being accidental. We're not done with our investigation yet. If evidence suggests something else that comes up later, we will investigate that.
So we're not clear though, you're not saying there was no signs of foul play, you're just saying you guys it's non-conclusive at this point.
Well, at this point, until we get the pathologist report back, we can make a better determination.
Smoke detector? No smoke detector.
We haven't released that out yet either. I'd like to direct the attention to Chief of Police Cameron, Chief of Police Cameron, Missouri Police Department, before sworn.